That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bit. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Good afternoon. As you can see, Mr. Hartwood's joined us today because Nick's got COVID. Unfortunately, Nick tested COVID for Thursday night, so she sounds like Dave. She's got a husky voice, but she
sounds like Dave.
But she's feeling much better than she was. So unfortunately, she can't be with us. She's in the house watching live, apparently on the TV. So hello, darling. Hope you're well. Hope you're feeling well.
Oh God!
So Brian's agreed to come over and help us today. So thank you very much, Brian. So as you guys know, we're going to do the 3K giveaway today, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it later on in the video or in the live. So we'll let the suspense be a little bit more. You know, you can't give it all to you now. But what I said, but like I said from the start, first prize I've chucked in some extra bits, which I will show you when we do the draw. I'm going to use just a basic random comment picker from YouTube that I've managed to find off the internet. I will bring that live on the screen so you can see there's no conspiracies or anything else, and you will see them as soon as I see the winners. So what I'll do, as soon as the winners are announced, I'll make a note of them. Then you guys, whoever the winners are, if you can contact me through Messenger or email, then we'll arrange to get stuff shipped out to you. So other than that, I have got a piece of, I think it's ash on the wood. It was given to me by Keith of Circular Wood by Keith. So I'm going to turn sort of a long bowl, try and keep a bit of natural edge on it. It's been a long while since I've done one of these, so I'm not quite 100% sure how to go about it. But I'm sure we'll crack it somewhere, right? Well, not crack it, but we'll source it. Yeah, we don't want to crack it. We don't want to crack it. So I'll go to the lathe. Brian will welcome everybody in, and but before we do start, to keep up tradition, Brian's got something to show you all.
Just so you don't feel like you're left out and poor Nicky's left out. We brought the carrot and chopping board in, so if you hear the sounds of carrots, that will be me.
Just to keep up tradition. Right, I'm going over to the lathe.
Just to keep up the tradition.
Right, I'm going over to the lathe. Let's put some lights on. So this piece of wood is 200mm long, 8 inches in old money, and it is 160mm in width. So, and thickness is, I think it's only about 2 inches thick. It's not very thick. 45mm thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten the bottom off, I'm going to put a mortise in the bottom here because I think there won't be enough room to put a tenon on it. And the other thing is, once it's curved, it's going to be hard to hold unless I make a jam chuck, and I don't want to be doing that today. So,
no, too much like work, Steve.
Yeah, no, we don't. So, let's get.
So
this...
go
on, mate.
Get this show on the road. Is that what you're going to say? So let's see who's in. So from the participants list, and we've got 51 people watching. So if your name's not in the participants list, it's your own fault. We have Amy DeAngelis. We have Archie. Mr. Barry Cherry's in. Ben oh no, Ben's in.
Oh no.
Could be trouble ahead.
Yeah, could
Brent
be.
Crafts in. Christine and Michael Heselty. Rob from Coupler Woodturning. David J. Heath, the Guildford Carpenter. Grandpa Jim's in. Keith Jarvis. Katie Shed. Lawrence Bajia. Mark the Gin Woodturner. Oh look, there's Nikki. She's in. Steve, she's definitely watching.
She wants to see what she said about
trees in. Wants to know if we were talking about her. Pete's in. I don't know if he's home yet or not, but he's in.
Hi, Pete.
Peter Cochran, Roy the Boy, Shane Hurst, Sid Repurposing away from Australia, Steve Hale, Susie the Swiss Woodturner, Terry Bartlett, the Tipsy Turner is in. Hope he's not tipsy today. Tony Liddington, and Wivey Woodshed. Tony Liddington's a new name to me.
Yeah, isn't he?
That new name to you, Steve?
Yeah, it is. Welcome.
And Wivey Woodshed. Welcome along, Tony. Where are you from, buddy? Wifey Woodshed's in. Wood Wizardry by Colin. Wood Turning by Barry. And Woodwork Learner are all the names on the participants list. If I've missed your name out, once I go into live chat, stick your name at the bottom and I'll give you a shout out. Live chat.
So I'm just going to flatten this bottom out.
A lot of people saying get well soon to Nikki, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
And Pete from Twisted Tree says, does Nikki have a cold? Her voice sounds wrong. You've not been paying attention, Pete.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock. She came home Wednesday and didn't feel very well, and then she came home Thursday and felt even worse. So she said, I better do a test. And about 10 minutes after she says, I've proved positive. I'm going, yeah, ha, very funny. And then I looked at the test and no, she was positive. So then everybody in the house had to do a test, and I was clear. My youngest daughter was clear. The oldest daughter was clear. So we quarantined her to the bedroom for 24 hours.
Place for her. I just need to get my carrots ready for my lunch, for my dinner this evening, so I'll just chop some carrots here in the background. Just so people don't feel like they've been
shortchanged.
They've been left out this Sunday. Been shortchanged, yep.
They only come over to listen to do carrots. That's what it's for.
That's what it is, yep. I'm going to have to freeze all these now, of course, because I won't eat all these carrots.
Oh, you ought to see the bags we've got in the freezer.
That's enough of the carrot chopping. So Pete says he's home. I wonder, did he get wet on the way home, or did he avoid the rain?
Yeah, it's been raining here this morning. Right, so let's put a mortise in the bottom.
Yeah, we're chucking it down here.
So as you can see,
Paul Lockwood says could have been worse. Paul Lockwood says, Steve, could have been worse. She could have been pregnant.
No, that won't happen, mate.
That would be. But certainly 61's in. Good afternoon, all. It's late.
I see that you do. All right, let's get this turned out. Just use a little spindle.
All right, so Tony Liddington is normally known as Tony L, which he believes Phil has sussed.
Right.
Benjamin. It's probably going to do discs with long buttons, carrot shapes. Yeah. I made discs to start with, Ben, and then I cut them in quarters again. So they're little like like pie shapes from, what do you call that quiz thing you play? It has a little pie bits.
Little pie bits.
Yeah.
Quiz? What are you on?
Oh, it's a little, you get the little cards, you have the thing, you have to, you move your counter around, it's like the shape of a pie, and then, or pizza, looks like a pizza.
You lost me.
I've lost you, haven't you? Oh, somebody in the chat will know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. It's not like me to not know what something's called, of course. Trivial Pursuit. There we go. Tipsy Turner was straight on with the correct answer. Well done.
Trivial Pursuit.
Tipsy Turner. Trivial Pursuit. That's the one. Everybody's answering it now, look. Nicky got it too. I haven't played it for years.
Right, so let's just put a little foot on
Beef from Twisted Tree says, Steve.
What?
Have you lost the plot, Steve? He says.
What is that?
Wives get quarantined to the kitchen.
Oh, Pete.
You're a brave man, Pete.
Just remember, Pete, you only got about 5 weeks. You only got about 5 weeks, and you're going to be meeting her.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Pete doesn't seem to care like you. Oh, Christine and Michael have started a hashtag again, Steve.
Oh, are they?
Flowers for Nicky.
Oh.
Yeah, flowers for Nicky. Again. Tony L has said, Brian, what was the type of wood? We think it was ash. No, you said Dave, ash?
Yeah, I think it's a piece of ash. It looked like a piece of ash. It's got quite an open grain in it, so that's what I thought it was a piece of ash. It looks like ash.
And Nicky has just said, you're on the list.
Not another list.
Uh-oh.
There's a lot of lists going around lately.
Barry's Wood Creations has just said, hi, Steve and Brian, and everyone in the chat.
Hi, Barry. How you doing?
I don't think she's that sick, Ben.
What's that?
Steve, Ben has suggested that, have you got a big you got a big clothes basket to let the washing pile up in? I guess you could always stick it in black bags. Yeah, she won't be sick that long.
She ain't that sick, mate. She was doing housework yesterday.
Yeah. Douglas Mungham says, Nick has Steve chained to the cooker.
No, we have takeaway. Yeah. We have takeaway.
I don't think so. Yeah. That's kind of what happens at my house.
Speed up a little bit. So I've got this fixed to a faceplate. So, Joe. So it's pretty secure. So.
Got a faceplate ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a faceplate ring myself.
Yeah.
The Yorkshire Git says, sorry I'm late, did I miss the intro? Yeah, you missed the intro and you also missed the preview, which was the whole thing about Yorkshire Grit.
Yeah, you missed it. New video just for Yorkshire Grit.
New video, see? And you missed it, Glenn. Yeah, Tipsy Turner suggests tomorrow is pie day, so just order a pizza. I'm confused by that.
Oh, I think he was on about for Nick.
Yep.
Actually, I quite like that. Oh, I chipped a little bit out of the corner there, look. And a bit of the bark's gone. Mind you, we might get one.
Oh, Steve.
Bottom.
It's only a lot.
Let's try this guy. It's a bit sharp.
Nicky, Steve said bottom again. Yeah, Woodworker by Colin says, I use the faceplate rings all the time. I never use that screwy thing.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like the screwy thing either.
I'm not a great lover of the worm screw.
First 2 times I tried it, the thing fell off. Oh, pi. 14th of the 3rd, 3.14 is March the 14th, Pi Day. Okay. Obviously a bit of a mathematician there. And Roy the Boy suggests, I'm sure Steve can show that Yorkshire Grit video just for Glenn. Yeah,
No.
I think we need it. We've all seen it, just Glenn was sleeping, as usual. He'd be having his afternoon nap. Joe's probably woken him up just to watch.
Or he's just about to have his nap, that's why he's put us on. That's a bit better. Just put a bit of a share cut on that just to clean up a little bit.
And Rob Procopero Woodturning says, Dave, the the plate ring is held on with screwy things. Yeah. But not the single screw thing that goes in the middle and causes chaos. Well, it does for me anyway.
Yeah,
Yorkshire Git says he's watching it back now. He's went backwards and found it.
Yeah, I've used what have I used in it? Inch by 8s I used in this. So right. So I think one just nice, slow, smooth cut, and I think we will be ready for the bottom.
Yeah, Paul, the woodwork learner suggests that he turns with a faceplate ring. It's safer for everyone, for him and everyone around him.
Who's that, Andy?
Yeah.
Right. That's as much as I'm going to go with the bottom, because I'm hoping that's going to take this out when I dish it.
Doug Miller's just joined us. Good afternoon, Doug.
All right, Doug, how you doing? So let's get that sanded up. So obviously we're sanding that, and because there's fresh air in certain places, it's going to be a bit bouncy. So turn the lathe down, bring some extraction in. Is the sound better today? Is the sound better today, guys?
The sound is good today. Well, I don't know. I'm on the wrong end of it again, of course. But nobody's complaining, so.
Well, that's a bonus.
And Mark the Gentleman Woodturner has just informed everybody that if used properly, there is nothing wrong with the woodworm screw up to about 12 to 14 inches. Absolutely, Mark. I totally agree. But when it falls off twice in a row, because why, I have no idea. It doesn't bode well for the future. So I use a faceplate ring instead, and it works for me. Susie the Swiss Woodturner said, yes, the sound is great.
Thank you, Susie.
Trevor reads a bit behind. He's just said, Trivial Pursuit. There was.
Right. Still a bit wet, this wood.
Radar's agreeing with Mark. He used a woodworm screw yesterday for the second time, and he loves it. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, it's down to their own preference. You know what I mean? For the sake of putting 4 screws in it.
So Colin from Wood Wizardry says, yes, the sound is much better. What was the problem?
Desktop audio was activated for some reason. I muted and disabled every single webcam and every single audio device other than my Jabra headset, but for some reason the desktop audio was still active.
Oh, Douglas Mullins just said hi, Brian, again. Sorry, Douglas, did I miss you out there, buddy? My deepest apologies, and welcome along. Yeah, Keith Jarvis says, when I started turning, you were all saying how bad the screw worm was. And he says, I've never taken mine out of the box.
No.
Well, I took mine out of the box, tried it twice, and it's now back in the box.
Yeah, I just...
And it can stay there, because the chances of me needing it are few and far between.
Does exactly the same job as the faceplate, but I think 4 screws are better than 1. Personally.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I would. I do try it on odd shaped bits of wood if you just need one point of holding.
Yeah.
I will use it, but it's just that I prefer not to. Joe, I did say hello to you earlier. I didn't miss you out at all. You got your def logs on today.
What?
Joe is in, but I did say hello earlier on to Joe. She must have her def logs on today.
She's perhaps half asleep still.
Well, yeah, that's true, I suppose. Get further up that list there, Steve. Chris Dodd says it's like a phobia. Yeah, it is like a phobia. Like the fear, like a phobia of clowns. Yeah. I'm afraid of the woodworm screw. It's the woodworm screw.
Is that a wormophobia then?
It's a wormophobia, yeah. Yes, Susie, that's exactly why I don't like it. Susie's just said, why don't you like the woodworm screw? Have you had balls coming off it? Yes, twice. The first 2 times I tried it, whoosh. Thank you, Douglas. Douglas just commented, he says, Brian, the £1,000 vase is a showpiece. It is indeed, I have to say.
It's a very nice piece.
And Dr. Bob says, when I started, chucks hadn't been invented.
Really?
They're fairly, yeah. Chucks are a fairly recent invention for wood turning lids.
Right,
Yeah,
so
Callum T says, as long as the screw doesn't shear. Yeah, well, use the correct screws and you should be okay.
I never use screws more than half a dozen times.
Yeah, me too. I just use them about half a dozen times and then replace them. Because they ain't expensive. Michael McEwen's just joined us. Good evening. Good afternoon, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Roy the boys asked me have I sold the vase, and the vase is currently how can I say this? There are 2 people interested in the said vase, so I'm just negotiating prices. Tipsy Turner says, let me guess, you had the lathe spinning clockwise. No, the lathe was spinning anti-clockwise as you look at the headstock. And Andy says, with the price of wood, all vases are going to be worth £1,000 soon.
Yeah, you're right there.
You could be right, buddy. You could be right.
Things are going ridiculous, aren't they?
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't catch up with fuel.
Yeah, let's hope.
What size? Well, Woodward's by Colin says, what size of screws would you recommend?
Well, I've got in this inch by 8s. So you got about 15 mil actually in the timber.
Well, for most dry wood, you're not going to like this, Steve. I use inch by 4, or 25 mil 4. That's what I use, and it holds it perfectly well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as that head can't pull out of the.
Jennifer's Crafting Creations has joined us.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
She's very sorry she's late. She's been making some hybrid pen blanks.
Yes.
I bet you they're nice, Jennifer. Yeah, we're all okay, Jennifer. Unfortunately, Nikki has got a COVID positive test. She's okay, but she's in the recovery phase at the moment. So She's isolated in the bedroom.
No, not today. She's allowed out.
She's not?
No,
Oh, she's allowed
she
out.
was changing the kids' beds. That's what she was doing.
Oh, right, okay.
But she sounds like Dave.
Yorkshire Grit says the woodworm screw is very dependable or very dependent on the pilot hole diameter. If you actually need different sizes for different hardness of timber. And don't use it on wet timber, it don't work.
Right, last one.
Brian Watkins is in. Good afternoon, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah, Steve. Andy thinks Steve starts with imperial and then swaps to metric halfway through. It's kind of a common fault.
I'm a builder. I go whatever's nearest on the tape.
So Douglas Mongham says, question. I can't answer this, Douglas, but Steve might be able to. Question. Is a number 4 screw, is that a 4mm shaft?
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Yeah, years ago they all used to be imperial. So 1/8 was an inch by 8 was like an 1/8 of a shaft. Inch by 10 was obviously went up in imperial. But now they've changed all to metric. So you got 4 by inch, 5 by inch, 6 by inch, 8 by inch. So that's the shaft size.
Yeah.
Ooh, got a bit of tear out there. Get that out. Just sand that with a bit of amber in it.
Yep, Michael. Michael says for under 12-inch diameter, he uses nothing else but woodworm screw, and he's never had anything come off. Absolutely correct, Michael. It does work. I'm not saying it doesn't work. My personal preference is that I don't like it, and I use a faceplate ring. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a woodworm screw if used correctly, and obviously I didn't use it correctly. And now I'm scared of it. Question from Roy the Boy. Steve, can you use MDF screws?
MDF screws have got a coarser thread, haven't they? I believe. So there's no reason being, as long as that's not a loose grain. If it's a really loose grain timber, then you may pull the grain out.
Ben Chalmers just knocked over his cup of tea.
Oh my God, Ben. You know what that is,
full
Ben?
Cup of tea. What a mess you've made.
That's karma. For all the grief you give us.
Peter's just said, question. Are you sure that isn't 25mm by 4, not 4 by inch? Yeah, it's close. It's the same. It's a 20. We could say 25.4mm by 4 if you like. You want to be technical.
It's always one nitpicker, isn't there, hey? Always
yeah,
one.
there's always one. Yeah.
Right.
Tipsy Turner thinks that he thought that they were measured by length and threads per inch. No, I don't think so.
Not screws. Not wood screws. Machine screws, yeah, not wood screws.
Machine screws and threaded rod would be done like that, I think.
But even then, metric bolts, like you get an M6 by 20mm. M6 standard is just a standard pitch, isn't it? There's no different.
Yeah.
No different thread pitch.
Then you get 1.25 pitch and
yeah,
all sorts of nonsense.
Just a standard M6 by whatever length you want is standard.
The man that'll tell us all about that is probably Glenn. He's the sort of.
I mean, it's not like it used to be. We used to get UFN, UFS, no UNN.
UNF, UNC.
That's the ones I'm thinking of. A bit before my time, but not like years ago. You used to get the same size bolt with different threads.
You did.
Nowadays, it's all been.
UNC's a coarse fine. UNF is a fine thread.
Yep. Now it's all just been unified and it's all the same. Just go by diameter of the bolt and the length. Right, so I've sanded that. Let's get some. Blow all the dust out of it. So for all those who came over on Friday night, I hope you enjoyed.
Yorkshire Grit says that the M6 is a 1mm pitch.
Yep.
That's standard.
They're all standard.
Yeah. I know the difference because with my 2 old tractors, every time you go to get a bolt, you have to go and look for a UNF or a UNC bolt because that's what they're still in, because it's ancient.
Yeah. Anything that's 15 years should be all metric.
Oh, the Beer 16's joined us. Good afternoon, Rich.
Hi, Rich. How you doing, mate? So anyway, as I was saying, for all those who came over Friday night, I hope you enjoyed Pat and Andrew's demonstration that they did on the things they showed. Some really interesting work they do, both of them.
Yeah, and, some very nice pieces from both of them, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, them amazes me. The musical pieces Andrew makes.
Yeah,
the guitars and all that. It's really impressive. And 2 nice guys as well. You know, we had a good chat afterwards, and 2 really nice guys. And if you get a chance, make sure you go over and check out the Meet the Woodturner episodes they do.
Keith Charlie says he sat watching and finishing gonks. Oh, not the dreaded gonks.
Dun dun dun. They're very addictive, aren't they?
or Mark says, to save all the confusion about screws and which screw to use, just use a woodworm screw. You could indeed, Mark. And you have to make sure you get the right drill bit. And is it the correct drill bit?
For that timber.
Shane Hurst said it was an awesome show.
It was very good. It's first time as well having 2 guests on, which I thought was going to be a bit chaotic, but it was quite good.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
I think one is good though, because you can concentrate on the one person then.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. That was just that they wanted to come on and obviously talk about Meet the Woodturner. So
yes,
obviously they're both involved in that. So that was the reason why we're them both on together.
That's on next weekend, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, 19th and 20th.
Yeah, it is.
So where's my Scotch Brite gone? Now someone's stolen my Scotch Brite.
Don't know, mate.
Oh, here it is. Any other workshop? What's it doing in there?
Don't know. You must have had it in there.
All right, so I'm just going to de-nib this.
Roy the Boy says he's watched Andrew's guitar videos. They're great, he says.
Yeah, they are. He's a clever bloke.
I agree, yeah.
I had the luck to watch him. Was lucky enough to see him perform live at the Harrogate show. And he'd done a demo. He'd done so much of the demo, then he stopped him and he had one of his band members there and they sort of played a bit of a song. It was really interesting, to be honest, because he had all his instruments are lined up along his stand where he was demoing. And some of the instruments he make are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the Yorkshire Git says they both know each other very well and they're very intelligent people. It was only going to go well.
Yeah, very, very nice.
They are indeed.
And like any professional we've had on, they are very courteous and very willing to share their knowledge, which is very much appreciated. Well, on my behalf, it's very much appreciated. I don't know how you guys feel.
Yeah, it's greatly appreciated, I think.
Right, so
we've got a question from Susie the Swiss Woodturner. What is your opinion on making a hole with a Forstner bit and attaching the piece of wood in the jaws?
Yeah, I do that all the time, Susie.
Yes, you can do that all the time. Yep, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Sometimes you have to be careful. Some jaws have a dovetail on them, so if you're cutting a Forstner bit, it's just a straight hole.
Yeah.
But it should be okay on most, I think. But you could easily just do it with your Forstner bit and then use a skew or something just to make your little dovetail.
I use a 54mm Forstner bit all the time for mountain bowl blanks.
But as you're saying there, Susie, just to get it on and get the bottom turned.
Yeah.
To get the bottom turned and get your mortise in the bottom, it probably works fine. Does work fine. Not probably.
So I'm going to polish this by hand because I don't fancy banging my fingers.
Could be sore.
It will be sore, so just buff it by hand.
So Douglas Mullen wants to know, Steve, when are you going to start making bowl guitars?
I'm not, is the answer.
Don't
get me wrong, I like them.
Yes.
Yeah. I
wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know how to play one to start with.
That's the problem. If you're going to make them, you're going to have to learn how to play one.
Yeah, to see if it's all right or not. Right, so that's the bottom. Let's bring it on that camera. So that's the bottom all sanded up to 400 grit. I sanded it because it's over. I didn't want to bang my fingers on it. So small mortars in there, only gone about 3 mil deep in there. So hopefully that'll hold, but time will tell. So let's get that flipped over.
Lawrence Pachias entered the debate about bolts and pitches, etc. He says the inch bolt is 55 degrees.
I ain't done that big enough.
And is measured per inch, and the metric is 60 degrees per pitch, at 60 degree pitch, and is measured by the width of the pitch.
What's this? What we're talking about?
That's getting really technical. He's talking about the pitch of threads,
etc.
It's getting too complicated.
Yeah. I didn't do that big enough. I didn't do that big enough. I did it 24 mil rather than 27 mil.
Oh, Steve, what have you done?
Stupid boy Pike.
Right,
let's just open up a little tiny bit then.
You're going to be all right with that bit of bark there?
Yeah, it should be all right.
Andy has asked me, do I use Forstner bits for my record chucks? The answer is no, I don't. I have never used a Forstner bit to hold a piece of wood.
Let's have a look.
I did. Susie's question. Yeah, I did see that question. I answered the mark. Roy the boy says, Steve, do your jaws not have dovetails? Yes, they do, I think, because Steve has record pair chucks as well.
Yeah, they do. Like I say, I use a 54 mil Forstner bit, about 6 mil deep, and I've never had a bowl come. I've had up to a 12-inch bowl. I've never had a bowl come off of it yet. So I think as long as you're not aggressive with it, the end of the day, it's only what you turn the bottom, isn't it? So as long as you're not major aggressive with it, then you're going to chuck your gouge in and be an animal with it, then you expect it to come off. But if you're nice and steady with it, you should be fine.
So Douglas Mullen says, question, when you do the mortise with a Forstner bit, do you use a hand drill, or I'm assuming, or a pillar drill?
I use a pillar drill.
Yeah. I would mostly use a pillar drill as well if I was going to do it. But I don't really use it, so.
Nearly every video, every live I do with a bowl blank is drilled with a mortise on the with a Forstner bit. That's better. That fit better. So that bit of bark you see there is only just on the surface. There's actually wood underneath. There's actually wood underneath that. So
cool.
Impact gun. Where's the impact gun? Here it is. So they're the screws I use to hold it on with.
The Yorkshire Grit says he uses a Bridgeport. Yeah, show off. Brian Watkins says, I'm in the process of doing my first turning video. I've got a new respect for all you YouTubers. Editing is a whole new ballgame.
Oh, man.
Any tips or advice would be welcome, please.
Patience. Patience is the key thing.
So, Brian, the thing to do is try and break your turning down into simple segments, and just film that sequence, and then stop, and then film the next sequence, and stop, and film the next, and just so you build it up in sequences rather than try to do the whole thing in one take.
And why is that, Brian? Brian, why is that? Why is that?
Because you'll have far too much video to search through to find the bit you actually want. So you can, And I speak from experience of having something like 3 hours worth of video to search through and take 10 minutes worth out of.
Yeah.
So do it in small sections, and then you can easily search through each section, get the bit you want, and Bob's your uncle.
And what I will say, if you're only now learning, write on a piece of paper, write down roughly what you're in. Like if you want an intro, put intro, then put like mounting on a lathe, just so it refreshes your memory. Because if not, what you'll do is you'll just get in there, you'll just do it, and before you know it, you forgot half the stuff you want to actually record. That's what when I started, that's what I used to do. I used to write down a bit of paper, right? Intro, just some bullet points of what you want to talk about. Then if you want to video put it onto the lathe, like mounting a piece or whatever, then just basic bullet points of what you want to do. And then over a period of 3 or 4 videos, you'll actually get that ingrained in your head, and you'll just do it automatically. Right, so let's turn some of this out, and then we'll see how it.
As Mark has given a bit of advice, there's a couple of bits I'll come back to in a second. But Mark said there, Brian, try and get it to under 20 minutes, and don't be afraid to speed it up, and be brutal with what you cut out. Yeah, try not to leave too much in. And Heather from Spirit. Oh, Heather's in. Hi, Heather from Spirit, Wood, Stone and Bone.
Hello.
She says cut out the sanding bits. Absolutely.
Yeah. I do about 5 seconds of the first grit, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I do. Sort of 5 seconds of the first grit, 2 or 3 seconds of the last grit, and just blend it together. Just do a fade, so it looks like some time has passed. That's what the fade effect is for. It gives an impression of time passing. No one wants to see hours of pointless sanding, is right, Mark. Pete from Twisted Trees said, but Brian, when you film it in segments, that means you have more occasions to forget to press the record button. You know me so well, Pete. I know many times I've done that and thought, damn, forgot to press the button again. Yeah, well, I'll get the hang of it eventually. So Pete from Twisted Trees joined in the lack of dovetail when you're mounting using a Forstner bit. He says that the tailstock compensates for the lack of dovetail. Just be careful and use light cuts when it's to be removed.
Yeah.
Right, where else did I want to go? There was something else I wanted to read out. And Andy says, did you say a 54mm bit, Steve, for your Forstner bit?
That's what I normally use. Yeah, that's what I normally use.
That's for an SC4 chuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously you need to know what the compression and expansion size of your chuck is, the ideal size.
Just sharpen this up a little bit.
So you can get the Forstner bit to suit. All chucks are different, guys. All breeds of chuck are slightly different.
Yeah, just make sure. Yeah, I use a 54. When I first started turning, I bought a record power set of Forstner bits, and lucky enough, in there is a 54mm bit.
Perfect. So Brian Watkins is suggesting, he's asking for recommendations for an editing app. I don't know that I use, Steve uses, Mark uses, and everybody I know basically uses Filmora. Filmora Wondershare, Mark has got it in there. And if you buy the paid version, it's worth every penny. You can buy a lifetime license if you like.
Buy a lifetime Go on, sorry.
No, you're okay. Go ahead, mate.
Buy a lifetime license. That gives you any upgrades and modifications on that program. So. Right, let's just sharpen that bit nicely. Let's put this on this.
Yeah. Andy says he's a record power chuck SC4. That's the same as Steve's.
Yep.
So 34mm is the expansion ideal size, and I think it's 38mm is the compression size. Off the top of my head, but it's easy to check. It's in the handbook. And Benj, I would suggest if you're using the 54mm, you best do it on a pillar drill. Don't try it by hand. You might break your wrist.
Yeah, you will break your wrist.
Yep. And Doug Miller says, what am I recording with? I record through OBS mostly, but I did buy myself a Canon Legria camcorder to try that as well. Mostly through OBS using Logitech C920 cameras. That's what I use. I think Steve uses that too. And Steve, you have camcorder as well, haven't you?
Yeah, the one you're looking through now is a Logitech. The tail stock and the overhead are both the same camcorder as what you just brought, the R806.
That's it. Yeah.
Which is a bit outdated now.
It is. It's discontinued.
Yeah.
They don't make it anymore.
But
it's a really good little camera.
It is a good camera, and the trouble is, there's nothing really at a competitive price back on the market to replace it at the minute. So, because I'd like another one to replace this one, but to be honest, the image I'm getting out of that one, I'm quite happy with.
Yep, that's a real good camera. The angled one to the tailstock. Yeah, Pete from Trusted Tree says Filmora is popular for editing, but he uses Premiere Pro because his wife pays for it. Lisa pays for it because that's what she uses for her business. Roy the boys, I haven't got a clue how to use OBS. Give me a shout, Roy, and I'll try and help you out a little bit.
I'm actually going to be over the next few weeks. I'm actually going to be doing some videos on OBS, so hopefully that'll help a few people.
Good. There you go. So Steve's going doing a little sort of educational series. Is that why you want?
Yeah, there'll be either 3 or 4 videos in it. That'll be from basically installing it right through to camera setup, bringing in audio, streaming, recording. But just remember on OBS, it'll only run as efficiently as what your computer is.
That's true, yeah.
So if you've got an older machine, it may struggle.
Woodward's by Colin is asking, there's a couple of other questions here I'll come back to in a second. But Colin says, question, what do you use to mount your cameras?
Right,
Dave will maybe show us his in a second.
Yeah, let me just finish this cut.
And Andy has said, my key sticks in one of the holes on the SC2 chuck, but not in the other. Suggestions to fix? Send it back to Record Power, I would suggest, rather than try and fix it.
Yeah, hang on, let me just grab mine and just see. Is it the insert where the shank of the key goes through? Is that what he means? Is it this bit here that you're on about, Andy? This bit here?
Yeah, I'm assuming it is. So
you got one or two choices. I mean, if it doesn't fit, you don't want to send it back. You either clean it out a little bit or just get the key and just rub it around on a bit of sandpaper just to clean it out enough to slide in there. But like Brian says, if it's not right, send it back to Record Power. Right, so what was he talking about? Camera mounts?
Yes, camera mounts, please.
Right, hang on, let me just bring this back.
And Nicky says, I don't hear much chopping of carrots, Brian. That's because I'm finished. That's because I'm finished chopping them, Nicky. I'm quite good at chopping.
Right,
quite speedy.
So, let's move Brian out of my face. Just put Brian in the background.
Yeah, stick me in the...
Right, so the way I mount my cameras are 2 ways. Obviously, you got... No, 3 ways, sorry. Obviously, you got the slide at the top there that I mount them on. Or, I have... These are CCTV camera mounts. You can buy them from Amazon or wherever. You can get 3 or 4 for about a tenner. Or you can buy something like this, which is a basic bar with a camera thread on it, which just screws on, and it's extendable and moves up and down. Again, from Amazon, under a tenner. But basically, you can mount a camera however you want. I also use these as well, which is like plexi things. That camera, what you're now looking at, is on one of those, clamped to a piece of timber around the corner. So those, but this is on the end here for when I use my phone. Basically, as long as it screws into the bottom of your webcam, which is, I think, quarter. Are they quarter thread? Uh, are they? All right. Okay. Well, what if you go on Amazon and you can buy kits of you can buy the kits of whatever you want. But basically, wherever you fit, all I'd say is whenever you mount them, make sure you don't get no vibration from them, because if you, I use these metal ones. You can get plastic ones. I use the metal ones because the plastic ones, always they seem to have a little bit of whip in them. The metal ones are more secure. The disadvantage is if you're in a shed and you're on a wooden floored shed, you may get a bit of vibration coming up the wall that's going to make your camera bounce. So the further you come out with your camera, the more chance of that bounce you're going to get, because obviously the further you come out, the heavy point is going against gravity. So that's the only. But you mean mount how you want? You mean this one here that I've put here for today? This one is sat on a. This one is sat on a piece of woodlet, just to sat there for today. So. Oh, have I? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I'll try that. Hang on. Try that. You'll be able to hear you now.
Terry's in.
Hi, Terry. Yeah, so different ways. It depends on you want it and what you got. What I would say is work out where you want your cameras and then look at mountain designs or ideas before you actually just buy loads. When I first started, when I had the lathe here, I had a cabinet here, so I had to fix the cabinet. But the disadvantage of that was if I turned the lathe over a certain speed, the cabinet used to vibrate through the floor, and then I'd get the camera used to bounce. So just work out where you want your cameras. Overhead cameras are always good, but like you guys know, I had the first camera right over my head, so every time I leant forward, you saw Sonic. So the reason I changed this one, so this one's now on the wall, so it's actually looking. If this is the lathe, it's actually looking at that angle now rather than directly above it. Okay, yes, you don't get the perfect overhead view, but you still get what you need to see. This one, 45 degrees is always a good angle to see when you're cutting. Martin and Brian told me about the 45-degree angle one, because you can see the way the gouge goes in, and you can see the follow of your piece. And obviously tailstock is good when you're colouring or you're turning big pieces. So it's work out what you want and then go from there, really.
Yep, that's what I did. And you can easily make wooden brackets and stuff yourself if you want to try and extend it from the wall and stuff. That's what I've done.
Yep, there's lots.
FKO, 4 King Earls has just joined us.
Hello, Rob. He's Rob, innit?
I don't know if anybody can hear me still.
No, it's not Rob, is it? Yeah, he should be able to hear you. No, that's not Rob, is it? No, 4 King Earls is not Rob. Martin, is it?
Martin, I think, is it? I don't know. Hi, Martin, yeah.
Right, so
I don't know if anybody can hear me or not.
Yeah,
somebody can hear. If you can hear me, stick something in the chat, guys.
Well, if I can't hear you, they won't know, will they?
No. Well,
they can hear you. I'm sure.
No, you can hear me though. So it's something.
Yeah, they can hear you. I'm sure they can hear you. Just let us know if you can hear Brian, just to keep him quiet, because he's getting a bit flappy.
No, I'm not going to be quiet now. I'm just going to talk for the whole day now. Just going to talk all the time.
There you go. Look, I can hear you, Brian. There you go.
Oh, thank goodness for
that. Right, so I just got.
I thought Nicky would come in and turn me off.
Right, so just another pass in there, just to level that out a little bit more.
Paul. Oh, Nicky says yes, we can hear you. Must have been the sound of the chopping of the carrots that did it. That was an interesting. Oh, Gary Glass is in. Hi, Gary. Didn't call your name out earlier. Now, let me go back a bit and see if there are any more questions there. Yeah, Woodturning with Barry says to see the Logitech C920 is a brilliant little camera. It actually is, and they're starting to go down in price again.
Yeah, got to shop about.
Mark Gertman Woodturner says, "Stop going on, Brian. Jeez."
The last ones I bought were from. Shut up. The last ones I bought were from PC World, and I think they were about £49 each, which is like over half the price of what they were when lockdown was on.
Yep. Yeah, they weren't bonkers during lockdown. Brent Beecroft says it's not so much a question as a statement. He says there's 70 people watching and only 30 thumbs up. What's the problem? Suppose I better go and click that then, eh? Oops. I'll click the thumbs up.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
Okay, mate. Anytime. Oh no, I've just refreshed the page. I don't know what I'm doing now. Douglas Mum says, Brian, have you done the spuds? No, I'll do the spuds after the event because I'm having roast potatoes today. And yes, I'm doing them in olive oil.
All right, so that's what that's like. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, there's Mark being a gentleman again. He says, Brian, if this is Brian with a Y, if you want to do some private sessions on editing, give me a shout. Very good, Mark. Jay's Gavin joined us. Good afternoon, Jay.
Good evening. Good afternoon. Let's have a look at that. Oh, I've got a little bit of chip out on there. Of I can get away with that with a bit of sandpaper though.
You've gone a bit quiet. Is your microphone in the right place?
Yeah, I think so. It's all right.
Yeah, it's a bit better now. Yeah.
So I just got a little bit of chipping out on that edge, but I think I can get away with that with a bit of sandpaper. So I'm just going to sand. I'll just sand that up. So I've got that natural. Just bring you on overhead. Got that natural cut out in the side there that I wanted. So that's nice.
Cool.
Flat along the edge here. Bit more curve in there. Obviously they don't match because the bark didn't match, but hopefully we'll get it sanded up and it'll look pretty.
So you've got a small side and a big side.
Yeah, but the bark weren't perfect in the middle, so.
No. That's a bit of character.
Yeah.
Wood turning is all sort of kind of symmetrical, I find. And then when you get odd bits, particularly when you're doing live natural edges,
yes,
it adds something to it.
Yeah, because we try and make everything uniform, don't we? But sometimes that goes against you, I think, personally. But
yeah, I like the odd things. I like the inclusions and gnarly bits. Yeah. Martin from 4KL says, oh, you're husky. You're a husky voice. Take care, Nicky. I hope Steve's looking after you. Yeah, right. That'll be right.
You lot make me sound so bad, tell you.
So you are. I mean, that's what Nicky always says. Only saying what Nicky would say. Royce Boy says the grain on the inside looks good.
Yeah, there's there. It's like in the middle, isn't it?
Sash could do with burning.
Burning?
Burny.
A bit green, so I think that'll crack if I burn it.
It's a bit green of you. Yeah. Douglas, don't be putting ideas in Nicky's head now. He says, Nicky, you take it easy and get Steve to do the running around for you. I don't think Nicky needs any encouragement. Oh, Amy the Angelus says, okay, my friends, I better go to sleep. It's 1 a.m. for me. Get better quickly, Nick. Looks awesome, Steve. And thanks for your run, Brian.
Thank you, Amy. Have a good night.
Sleep well, kid.
Yeah, it'll be a bit better when our clocks change, won't it? It'll be a bit better.
Yeah, well, aye. Not be long now. It's the carrots burning. No, Roy, they're not even. They're still on the chopping board here. Pete from Twisted Tea says, Pete, what are you doing? Hashtag flowers for poor Nicky. Brackets, Brian will make them for you. And Nicky comes on and says, "You are having a laugh." I think that's about you looking after her, Steve.
Yeah, most probably.
I look after myself, she says. Sensible girl.
Well, I keep telling her she's got to be self-sufficient. I'm not going to be here forever.
Ooh. Ooh. I had that same conversation with my young fella the other day.
Yeah, I said, I do with the youngest, I do with the kids. I go, you need to start standing up for yourself. I'm not going to be here forever.
Nicky says you won't make it to 50 at this rate. That's not so much a veiled threat, is it?
No, I've got evidence. It's on live. I've got
Dr.
proof.
Bob. Go ahead, Steve.
I said I've got it on live. If she kills me off now, there's evidence.
Yeah, you're right. And Dr. Bob says the North American clocks changed this morning.
Oh, right.
When does our clocks change?
Couldn't tell you.
End of March, is it not? Sometime, usually.
I couldn't tell you. Because I don't really know until I wake up in the morning, my phone's been changed automatically.
I wake up in the morning, same thing for breakfast. I thought it would just tell me on this calendar of mine, but it doesn't seem to. Oh, Steve, we've got an early morning light coming up.
Here we have.
Oh, no.
So is that going to be an hour earlier or an hour later?
Well, I don't know. Doesn't actually say on my calendar when the clocks change. I'll need to Google it. Unless somebody, 27th of March, there we go. Peter Cochran told us. Hi, Peter. 27th of March.
That's the day after we do the live then.
It is, aye.
So what time is it over there now, Dr. Bob, please?
Yeah, because we might have to reschedule this. Where is Dr. Bob? North America. Depends where you are in America, of course. I mean, it's a big country. We've got a few time zones. It's not like here.
Yeah.
Oh, Martin says the clock's changing the 27th of March, which is Mother's Day. Mother's Day? What's that about?
Yeah, what's that about?
Yep, spring forward, fall back. From the Tipsy Turner. Trevor P. Hobby Turner says, Steve's not 50 yet. He must have had a hard life.
I did, mate. I had a hard life. My paper round was uphill.
Yeah, unlike Terry, who had the easiest life in the world, I think. Tipsy Turner says it's 5 minutes past 9 a.m. Central Time. Malcolm McEwen says it's 5:06 Pacific time. Pacific, not specific, Pacific. And Dr. Bob says it's 10:04 where he is. Right, Joe said it's Sunday a.m. Just the same. Confused.
So our 2 o'clock live will be. Well, that means that'll be an hour later for them, doesn't
it? No.
Yeah, if their clock's just gone forwards.
No, the clock's gone backwards, Steve.
Oh, is it? Okay, that'll be.
No, you're right. Spring, no, forward. Yeah, you're right. It is going forward. That's another hour. No, that's closer to us.
Yeah, so that means that'll be 1 o'clock rather than 2 o'clock. That's better for us.
Yeah. Oh, much better, much.
Only
We'll
be a
get-
month. Only be one. Don't get too excited, will you?
Yeah, that's an hour, but sure. Maybe you'll stay awake this time.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, sorry, did I? I was supposed to say that out loud.
Right. I nearly didn't make the last one.
Hey, you nearly didn't, that's right.
But hadn't it been for Lewis.
Oh, I was going to ring you too, like, but Lewis and I were sitting chatting at the time. And Lewis said, so I'll ring him now, he says. And Heather says it's in Ontario, it's 5 minutes past 10 a.m.
Right.
And Susie says in Switzerland it's 3:05. Because
So
she's on the other side.
She's ahead of us then.
And Michael's just come back and says, sorry, I didn't change the clock yet. It's 7:05 where he is. And Trevor P., the hobby turner, says it's 6 minutes past 2 in Kent.
There's always one.
Strangely enough, it's 6 minutes past 2. Oh no, it's 7 minutes past 2 now. Joe Senior says the clocks will go forward on Sunday. Yeah. Saturday night, Sunday morning. Yeah. 2 a.m. it usually changes. The GMT clock.
So we'll be live when it changes then.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, because Saturday morning we're doing.
Oh yeah,
Sunday morning it changes.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
We're on the early hours of Saturday morning. Dr. Bob says the United States has 12 time zones, which including our territories. So that means Hawaii and things like that, yeah. And Chris Dodd says it's tomorrow here in Australia. Yeah, it's Monday in Australia. Get up for work. Get to work. Oh no, I don't work. Oh.
All right for some.
I know. Us retirees. It's great.
All right, so that's sanded up. I'm just going to get a bit and just take the edge off that. It's a bit sharp, as I know, because I just cut my finger on it.
Oh, you did not. You're not bleeding, eh? Are you bleeding?
Only a little bit.
Bring a plaster quick.
Only a little bit.
He's got super glue, it'll be fine.
Yeah, super glue will be better. Super glue don't get in the way, like a plaster does.
Vicky just said, Roy, he contributes as the youngest is too tight. And then she says, he treats me like his mother. Oh.
Get that box.
Not get involved in that conversation.
You always said you wanted 3 kids.
Joe's confusing the issue. She says, no, you're live 24 hours earlier. I'm confused now, Joe. And Colin from Woodwizardry says he's got 7 years before he retires. It will be passed in a flash, Colin. Chris Dodds is the same age as me. Retired.
Yeah.
I basically retired from working for the man when I was 55. As they say.
Right, let's get that.
And now I'm 68. Oh.
68.
68 years of age. 2 years to go and I'll be 70. I'll be catching up on Terry. Yeah, Nicky says, and you're the biggest kid.
I am the biggest kid. You're right there.
Yeah, quite right, Joe. Quite right.
I've always told her, you know the difference between me and the kids? My toys are more expensive.
More expensive toys. Yep. That's the way of it.
Show that bit of box.
Martin says, Steve, you'll be getting blood on that now.
Stop bleeding now. It's only a little paper cut.
Michael McEwen says, time change will mess up my watching lunchtime lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Dang. Benjamin says he's planning to retire when he's 46.
I wish.
Mm.
You can retire whenever you can retire whenever you can afford it, really, can't you? It's just
yeah, exactly that. And Jennifer's Crafts Creations is on my list now.
why?
I thought you was 86, Brian.
Oh, Jennifer. 10 years.
Jennifer.
10 years. I think you could have got away with, but 20.
I think you're needing a good kick in there.
We'll deal with that first.
Tipsy Turner says I have 10 till early retirement, or 16 until traditional. What is traditional retirement nowadays? It used to be 65.
I think it'll be 70 for me, someone like my age.
But yeah, it's kind of creeping up towards 70 now. Joe Senior says it's 13 years till she gets her pension. And Grandpa Jim says 77 years old, retire for 27 years.
Nice.
Oh my, that's old. No, it's not. It's just a number. You're only 14, really. Just add the two sevens together, you'll be grand. Yeah, perfect. I'm only 26, really.
Well, mind's 26, body 76.
That's it. Who cares? When the mind is willing, the body will follow.
Well, this is true. Slowly, but it'll follow.
Yeah, well, it gets there. I'm in no hurry. I'm retired.
When you stand at the gatepost waiting for your body to catch up.
I don't need to rush. And Jennifer says, you love me really, Brian. Yeah. I do indeed, Jennifer. You're quite right.
But not for long with them sort of comments.
Yeah, exactly. Don't push your luck. Andy says, Brian, you don't look a day over 90. Ooh. Thanks very much, Andy. You're a gentleman and a scholar and a judge of fine whiskies, I hope. Oh, Lionel's in.
Hi, Lionel. How you doing?
Hi, Lionel.
All right,
Where have you been all day, Lionel?
I think I'm finished.
You're not.
I think I am. That's standard up to 320 because I'm fed up of sanding it. And then it's taken sand and sealer and then a coat of Hampshire Sheen high gloss wax. We'll get it out so you can have a ganders.
That twisted tree man has been cheeky again. He says 12 years pension collected so far. That's him. But Brian, being 103, has done so much better.
Got to get your money's worth out of the government. So there we go. Looks like Dicky Bow, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does a bit, yeah.
So nice and thin. I think the thickest part is about 5 mil. So yeah, it's just shame about that little bit of bark broke out of there. Other than that, it's good. But
that's nice. Fine.
I haven't done one of those for a long while. Thought it'd be nice for a change.
Yeah, nice little key dish or something. Yeah. Perfect.
So nice.
Excellent,
right. So let's do what everybody's come over for, shall we?
Let's see. Yeah. How many people have got waiting? 68 people we have still.
So obviously,
let's do the draw.
So obviously, everybody who commented, thank you very much. What I will do is I'll just quickly refresh the just in case some people have put some new comments in. Just give me a second, and we'll refresh the page just in case because I want to be fair. Which one is it? This one here.
There is a little bit of a debate about pension age here, and says 66 used to be 65 for everybody, but it's now changed. Some people are having to go to 67. Depends on when you first started paying your pension.
Right.
So there is a change. And if you don't know what it is, I suggest you check.
Right. So I'm going to bring on the random generator.
Hold on a minute, Steve.
Oh, sorry.
Steve. Nicky has said, would have looked nice with red in the middle.
Oh, no,
I think that's your blood she's talking about.
Yeah, my blood, yeah. Yeah. So if she'd have been in here, I said, shall I colour it? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, right, so I'm going to bring the, this is the random generator that I've picked. This is the YouTube, this is the video link. So when I click, this is going to pick the the first winner. So everybody who commented should come up on here. If it picks my comment out, then obviously we'll what I've replied, and obviously we'll pick another one. So
are you picking the first place first or third place first?
I think we should pick third place first. What do you reckon?
Right, so third. Okay, so I'll just write it down for you. So got it.
Right. So, like we said, third and second place. I'll just show you quickly what we're going to give away just before we. I'm trying to build up the suspense. So
She's building the suspenders.
So third and second will get a complete set of these. So you've got the jaw holder, faceplate holder, and a chuck buddy of your size. Obviously M33 inch by 8, inch and a quarter by 8, 3/4 by 16, inch and a half by 6, inch and a half by 8. So that's what you'll get on the third and second prize. First prize. What's the matter?
The Yorkshire gets says, brace yourself, Steve. I've got 9 chucks.
That's all right, Glenn. I'll give you the first one free. The rest I'll chuck in. I won't charge you for shipping for the other 8. So anyway, that's second and third prize. So for first prize, do I tell them now or do I tell them after I've drawn it? What do you reckon?
After.
After I've drawn it. Right, so let's draw second and third prize out first. So let's bring this generator back. Right, so good luck, everybody. This is third prize.
Yep.
Oh, if I click on the right screen, we'll be all right.
Yeah, that might be better.
So woodwork learner. So Andy, congratulations. You're third prize. So you get a Chuck Buddy faceplate holder and a jaw holder. I'm going to be fair because if anybody's duplicated a comment, they're only going to win once. So
yes, correct.
So that's third prize. So let's go for second. So second prize, Keith Golds. Congratulations, Keith.
It's not in today.
He's not. That's all right.
Unless he's hovering in the background.
Yeah. So what I'll do is obviously I'll try and get hold of him on Messenger or Facebook or whatever.
Yep.
So that's second and third. So I'll draw the name and then I'll tell you what you've won. So this is for first place. So good luck, everybody. Wood Risery by Colin. Congratulations, Colin. That's 20 quid you owe me.
Wood Risery by Colin.
So I'm going to let you know. Oh, I haven't got on the right screen. Oh, I haven't got all these screens open. Hang on. Right, so first prize. So Colin, you have won. Obviously the jaw holder, the faceplate holder, and a Chuck Buddy of your size, which will most probably be M33 because I know you're a record power man. So, and also what I'm throwing in is the Chuck key holder. What's going on there?
Oh.
I just clicked. I just dropped that bit, and that's just gone straight on that mouse. Right, so it's the Chuck key holder, the small tool holder, and also the Morse Taper 2 holder. So I'm chucking those in as well. And what I'm also doing with each one, I'm throwing in the Buddy Station logo, sign, whatever you want to call it. But I want to see these painted, and I want you to show these on Facebook so we can get some different styles and different colors in. I've done mine, Brian's done his different, so we want some different colors, different styles in. So I'm sending those with each winning prize as well. So like I said, but you got to paint those and you got to get those on Facebook. So that's the prizes. So everybody who's won, if they can contact me through Messenger or email, I'll try and get hold of Keith
Gold.
But Keith, if you watch this back later on, then message me if I haven't got in contact with you before you watch the live. So congratulations to the winners. Thanks to everybody else who took part, and I really do appreciate it. So as Brian was just talking a little while ago, we're doing the next late night, early morning live. This is for the guys over the pond. If you don't live in the UK, you can enter this. We're giving away. This is the first piece I turned on our early morning live. So we was asked if we'd give it away, and yes, I will give it away. So if you need to be in for a chance to win this, I can't remember what we said the hashtag was.
Just give me a second there, Steve, because you need to go back to the first draw, because the Yorkshire Git says, Steve, chuck in a tin of each grit as another prize.
Oh, there you go. Right, so let's go back to the draw then. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, sir. Right, so this is for the winning. This is for a microfine and original grip. So good luck, everybody. Door 60.
Oh, well done.
So if you can contact me, that would be absolutely awesome. Thank you, Glyn, for that. Very much appreciated, sir. Yeah, so right. So if you want to bid for a chance to win this, which we're giving away on the 26th of this month on our early morning live, you need to go over and leave a comment in the early morning live video, and I think it was hashtag over the pond. Does that sound right, Brian?
Oh, early morning over the pond or something, was it? Can't remember. Wait a minute, I'll go back and try and find it.
Brian, I'll check. But like I say, this is only open to the guys who are not in the UK. Brian's going to find out for us. I think it was like early.
Yeah, early morning over the pond, I think, or something it was.
Yeah,
it was a big long one. It was a big long one anyway.
So yeah, and we'll draw that on the night of the next early morning, which is the 26th of this month, after the Battle of the Makers on the 25th.
Yep. Mark's probably trying to find this as well at the same time. See, can he beat me to it? He probably will.
Oh look, we've got a bot in.
Oh, grab it.
Mark's got it.
I can't even find it. Early morning video. Dun, 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 dun.
Have you not got it, or let me see if I can find
it. Yeah, all that. I'm just looking at videos now, Steve. You put too many videos up, Steve. I can't find it now.
Here it is. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. So the comment was. Oh, where's all the comments?
Did you not put it in the description? You were supposed to.
Yeah, I did. Thought I did. Over the pond, late night over the pond.
That's what it was. That's what I said. Late night over the pond.
So that's what you got to do. If you want to be a chance to win out, go over and enter late night over the pond, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll do a random generator on the 26th, the evening of the 26th. So thank you, everybody. Congratulations to the winners. Like I say, message me, and then I'll get these shipped out to you. And congratulations to Colin for winning the first prize. Well done, Colin.
Excellent. Good job, Steve.
No, it's good. It's nice to. It's always nice to give. Always nice to give away.
Benjamin says, when is hashtag Top Hat Week over? And that's pictures to Steve by this coming Friday.
Yep, if you can, and then I'll show him on Sunday like I always do, mate.
So you've another week basically to get it done. It's kind of hashtag fortnight, but fortnight's too long to put in it, so we just call it hashtag week.
Yep. So Tipsy Turner, you need to put that hashtag light night over the pond in the video, which I will stick the link for in there now.
Martin Gentlewood just says, us moderators inflict far more pain and suffering on the bots than chat members do, guys. we do indeed. Right,
so Tipsy Turner, you need to put that comment you've just put in the chat into the video comments of the video I've just put in the chat, mate.
Yep. That video. Go to that video, look in the comments, and then put in late night over the pond in the comments. Actually, in the video. It's not in this one. So Steve can find it.
Yeah, and then like I say, we do exactly the same. Yeah, that's fine, mate. As long as it ain't got to be spot on, as long as we can understand it, that's not a problem.
Yeah, we'll get it.
It'll be there. Right, so congratulations, everybody. Massive thank you. Let's bring Brian back in just so he can say goodbye.
Oh, no.
Here he is, look. Thank you to everybody who's given Nick well wishes. I really do appreciate that. That's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. So just hopefully she'll be back next weekend. As she is the star of the show, as they all tell me.
She is on a Sunday. Absolutely. It's the Nicky show. Steve just talks in the background.
So this is, I'll just bring this around, Brian. There we go. There we go. There we go. So there's the piece with just nice little piece. Actually, it's nice and thin. Actually, it's quite nice. I like that.
Yeah, it is very nice, actually.
So it's quite a nice pattern in the middle there as well.
It is.
So thank you very much, everybody, for coming over and joining us. As always, you guys make it worthwhile, and I do appreciate your support, continuous support. So until next week, just a normal live Friday night, nothing special, no special guests, just myself, Terry, and Brian in there causing a bit of havoc and having a laugh, which is what Fridays are about. So
Exactly.
come over and join us, and I no doubt I'll see you in Brian's live tomorrow night. Who's covering Terry tomorrow? Pete, isn't he?
Pete, Twisted Trees is on lunchtime.
There you
tomorrow.
go. So make sure you check Pete out. Shall we check Pete's link in, or is the stream up for it?
He has a link up. I should have had that ready, shouldn't I? Poor earworming. Disc.
So I'm going to be talking about next Friday night. I'm going to be talking about Shadowfoam. Oh, you won't see it because Brian's in the way.
Take me out of the way.
You're fine. So I'm going to be talking about Shadowfoam on Friday night. As you guys may or may not know, I've just been asked to join the affiliation team.
But I'm far too slow. Pete's already got his link in.
Well done, Pete. Well done, Pete.
Good man, Pete.
So I'm going to be talking about that Friday night, and also I've got some good news for you guys to get some free samples. So come over and check that out. Like I've always said, I just want to pass on to you guys. I don't want to make. Don't get me wrong. The little bit I make out of the affiliation is nice. That helps the channel, but they're actually giving me something that you're going to get for free. So that's a benefit for you. I think you might have to pay postage on. I'm not 100% sure if you've got to pay postage on it, but even if you've got to pay a couple of quid for postage, it's worth having for free. So it's worth checking it out. And Shadowfoam is good stuff. It really is good stuff. Brian's got a sample. He's going to try it. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, we'll say goodbye, shall we, Brian?
Yes, we shall. Goodbye.
So, guys, I'll see you tomorrow sometime. No doubt on Brian's live. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you Friday. So take care. Speak to you soon. And bye for now. Night.
Bye, guys.
Not a good night. It's bye. Bye.
That's all, folks.